how to do your makeup so it looks like you're wearing none. If you're new here, hi, I'm Bonnie. We're gonna start with the eyebrows, and we don't want them to look very defined. Grab any hair gel that you got, which by the way, I'm gonna link all the products in the description. You're going to take the smallest amount, put it on your eyebrow, and then you're gonna brush up. And I see a lot of people leave it in there, but you don't wanna look like a witch. So the top hairs, just brush them to the side. We need to give it a little bit time to dry, so let's move on to the next step. Contrary to many tutorials, I'm not gonna start with foundation. Neither I'm gonna start with foundation directly on my skin. I'm gonna start with the bronzer or contouring. But again, I'm not gonna put it directly on my face. If I had a liquid one, I will put it on my hand. But in this case, I'm gonna put it on the brush. The whole idea is that we get less defined lines. I'm gonna put it in my forehead, close to my cheekbones. This nose step, really, it's optional. This is like a me thing if you want to. And then close to the temples. My eyebrows are dry, so I'm gonna go back to that. Again, I'm avoiding sharp lines, so I'm not gonna go with a pen. I'm going to be using a brown eyeshadow. Really, any eyeshadow that matches your color. The idea is that I'm gonna fill them in and then brush, which is way more forgiving. Even if you do kind of a straight line, then if you brush it, it's gonna be more blur and smooth. Then if you have a little bit of time and if you have a really fine pen, this one specifically, it's very fine for eyebrows, then you can draw some little details at the beginning. But this, I will say, might be optional. Then with the concealer, it's the same thing. I don't wanna put it directly on my face. I'm gonna put it on my hand, and then with a brush, I'm gonna go over the area. I'm gonna apply it under my eyes, between my eyebrows, and you're gonna start seeing the difference between the bronzer and the highlighter. But do not panic, this is part of the process. Now I'm gonna go with the blush. And you can be generous with it, again, not on your face, but tapping it on your skin to make it blur. I really like this Pixie one, just because the color is quite strong. And don't worry if you overdo it a little bit. Now finally, I'm gonna go with foundation, but this foundation, it's very light. Actually, it's not a foundation at all, it's a tinted moisturizer, and it has a really good price. But you're gonna notice that you'll be using less of this because we're not putting a full-on layer of foundation, we're just adding it on the spots that we didn't put the other product in. So we have a less chance that things get cakey. I mean, you already can see how beautiful and blended it's starting to look. If you go over it a little bit just to mix both colors, that's completely fine. You will be able to adjust while you're looking at yourself in the mirror. And I think it's about that time that if you're enjoying this video, you give it a like and subscribe. I also have my own publication called Photogenic, where I deliver a special insight every Friday. If you want to be part of that community, I'm going to leave you the link in the description box. Now, I don't want to do like a full-on look, so I don't want something that is really strong. I actually want something that it creates more of a shadow. So I'm using a really light brown, and I'm just going to put it all over my lid. I want to make sure that it's really blended so it doesn't look like a full-on look. It's just a shadow that I'm creating. If you have really pretty lashes, you can just go directly with mascara. But I do want to give you another option because I think the eyelashes make a big difference, especially when you can't see them, like in my case. So I like to curl them first, and you can already see the difference between one and the other. And then you can totally apply your mascara again. But wait, I also have another option. These really nice lashes. So normally lashes come in a strip, the ones that we normally see and use all the time. But they might be a little bit more out there, like a little bit more noticeable. And since we're going for a look where you cannot even tell that we have makeup, these lashes are honestly the best. They're individual and they're less work than you can ever imagine. You just need to take it out, put a little bit of glue, and then you just put it in the place that you want. It may take a little bit of practice, but you only need to put in maybe like 4 or 5. And they come in different sizes, so these ones are longer and these ones are medium and then shorter ones. These lashes are so good that they used it in the show Bridgerton, because obviously in that time period we didn't have like the Instagram glam. We had a more natural look, but you still want your eyes to look a little bit bigger, so this is just a way to emphasize it. And this is how they look after they're all set, but now I'm gonna mix them with the mascara, so it's really gonna look natural. For my lower eyelashes, I'm using this special mascara that it's more like a brush. You can use it for all your lashes, but I liked it so much that I need to get a new one. Again, I'm gonna link it in the description box. And then I'm gonna mattify only specific areas. I'm gonna not all over my face. I'm gonna set the concealer, and these areas where there's some shine that I don't want, I'm going to put a little bit of powder. Here you can see how it mattifies right away. I really like this fluorescent powder. And to be honest, you can keep it this way because you're gonna get that shine, and especially for mature skin, it's really nice to have that glow because it feels like it's coming from inside out. However, just for this video, I'm gonna add a little bit of extra blush using the fluorescent one because I really like the sparkle, and I'm gonna emphasize a little bit the nose contouring. But again, this one, it's completely optional. I'm not gonna line my lips because again, we don't want harsh lines. I'm just gonna go with my lipstick, which this color is divine. And the gloss, it's not gonna go all over my lips. It's just gonna go in the middle to give it a little bit of dimension and a little bit more volume. This next step, it's again optional, but I'm gonna add some freckles. I've seen Hailey Bieber do it directly on her face, and I find that really challenging. So what I do is like I put it on my finger and then I tap it on my face. It might happen that you get like very defined dots at the beginning, and don't worry about that. All you need to do is just tap, 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 and it's going to disappear and you're gonna be okay. And look how beautiful and radiant it looks. I really like that it's really simple. It showcases your inner beauty, but it doesn't make you look cakey or extra. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, and also make sure to check the links in the description box. With much love, see you next time.